Hi, this is Billy Ren. What I'm about to discuss is project portfolio management. This is part three of a five-part series of project portfolio management, and now we're gonna be discussing specifically on managing projects. Previously, we've discussed a high-level overview of project and portfolio management, and we also discussed the process, the business proposal lifecycle, portfolio management. He also logged in as a portfolio manager as Jonathan Kaplan. And now we're gonna go through project management as Joseph Banks. And at this page, you can see a high level process, a very generic process of project management, like from proposal creation, planning a project, requesting resources, um, resource task assignment. So also include some timesheet approvals, resource allocations. Now, as a team member, you could actually um, assignment and collaboration is also been established, and timesheet reporting. Now, let's log in as Joseph Banks and see what project manager would can do here. Now, as a project manager, we could actually see a dashboard view of all the project assignments. Um, his new project assignments as Joseph Banks, and here you could visualize all the project names, the status of the project, and currently it's currently being assigned as a status, and the planned start period, and as you can see here, the start period is indicated, and you can actually see when the project will start and actually the planned finish. Now, just right below it, we can actually view the all the status of the projects assigned to Joseph Banks, and on the left, you can actually see a, a, a small summary of the project itself. Is it on track, at risk, and on the right, uh, the percentage of the completion of the work plan, the status, the plan start, and the plan finish. Now, as we scroll down, we have a total different view of all the projects assigned to the project manager. And now we can see the whole span of the schedule of the project. As you can see from the left, which is the task name, or the project itself is the APO pilot, and it covers from October till December of the 2018, closing to 2019, and you can actually have a view of the completion of the project. Now, as you go down the legend of the dashboard itself, you can actually see if it's ready, in progress, pending, completed, exception. As now having this dashboard here, you can actually see from the billing systems integration that the span of this project is from August till July, and it's turning red. So there's an exception. So you can actually if flag straight away if the project is on time, or schedule, or to if there will be any issues of the deliverable of the project. And from here, you get to have real-time data and real-time decision making. And looking at the power of that, if you could actually see and visualize and uh, straight away the information you need to be able to make a decision, rather than waiting for 3 6 months or a couple of weeks or days prior to creating a decision. And what's the effect of that? So if you have late decisions, then the value of that decision will no longer be effective. Now, as we scroll down further, now as we scroll down, we can see the status report line graph, and it may be stacked, stream, and percentage. On the left axis, we can actually see the project status. It's either red, amber, or green versus the week ending. Now, from here, if we scroll to this line, we could see the Agile project itself and its status. and agile projects we have one, and APO pilot we have three. And what we're trying to say here is we can actually visualize the status of the project. And and if we go to the right, we can actually change the display. Let's say an X and Y chart or a radar chart or a list. But at this demo, we're gonna choose XY chart. Now on the XY chart, you can see the status of the project itself. It's red, green, or amber. And so from here, by the color itself or the graph itself, you can visualize the performance of the project by date. For example, here indicates red, and this box indicates APO pilot. So at this date, the APO pilot is on red status, and as we go further, it's on still red status, and as it goes further on the April 1st of 2019, now it's green. So from here, most likely what happened is you were able to anticipate the the issues or problem of the deliverable, or you may be lacking of resources or financial budget, and you were able to take action from red and being able to manage it and going to green. Now as we scroll down, let's deep dive of one of the projects. Let's try marketing web portal v2. Looks brilliant what you can see there. Now deep diving to this project, we can have a more detailed view of the project itself, specifically to marketing web portal. Now, right now, we can see the progress of the project and the plan period. So we have complete traceability, who is in charge of the project and its progress. Is it at risk? How many issues are we having? Is it scheduled? So is the cost is still in line with the planned cost? So here, um, it's also color coded if the issues is still in control, so it's still green. So is the calculated overall health is still good, depending on the standards we actually established, and is it on schedule? So is the cost is still in line with the plan? And right on the right, we can actually see the projected cost and the variance of the projected cost. And here on the left, we have a more detailed work plan and established milestone and its summary itself, the projected cost, the EV summary, and the issues and the risk involved in the project. If there's any scope changes and the staffing, so anything which is actually needed or needs to be controlled and managed within the project can be visualized here. And let's scroll up. I want to show you how um, a work plan is actually edited. Now from the work plan, you can have a very detailed Gantt view of all the the task or the work breakdown structure of the project itself, a very detailed one. As you can see, the prerequisites are also done here, and you can see right here for example, part four, which is build, and the build solution. After the build solution, the test will only happen if the build solution is actually done. So what else can we actually do here? So from the filter, we can actually see and filter according to our liking. And right now it's on all tasks, and we can actually see all the tasks which is in progress. Do that. Right. So all the tasks that are unassigned. So we can actually see any task that still needs to be assigned. What else? So this quite powerful here. Now Let's go to the task itself. Now on this buttons here, there's a plus button. Now by clicking plus, we can actually add a task real time within this project plan. And what's the advantage of this? So we could actually, because this is a web-based application, we could actually create task and plan the task wherever we are. Now let's go back and click cancel. Now if we go to the actions tab, we can actually visualize the resource usage. We can be able to create a baseline and all these capabilities. And we can even, if we have already Microsoft project at hand, now we can open it to Microsoft project and synchronize the project plan within Microsoft project, looking at the power of that. So from a desktop Microsoft project, we can actually sync it up to PPM, which is actually mobile, and be able to manage our projects wherever we are. Now, let's go back to the main page, cancel. Now we're back to the main page. Let's go to the details tab. Now here in the details tab, we can actually see a high level summary of the project, and you can have a project number, the business unit which is actually involved, and probably if there's project dependencies within the project, and looking at that, let's say we're managing multiple projects or 10 projects at the same time, and the project itself has dependencies to another project before it can start, or a project we can actually done in parallel, and and we can also view in a program level of this project itself. Now, if we go to the project details, now we can establish here the the business objective of that project, which is actually synced up to, and now this project execution is directly synced to this 10% increase in revenue. Now, if you go down further, which is the business case details. Now, here we can actually see the staffing profile, the financial summary, the nominal rate of return. Now let me show you what the staffing profile looks like. Now with the click of the button, we can have straight to the resource management of the project itself. Now here you can see the total allocations of the resources. So now it's fulfilled 3, and which is not fulfilled is 3 as well. So what we're trying to visualize here is, do we need to hire more people, or do we need to train more people, or we could actually ask resources from another project manager or resource manager to be able to fulfill our project now, and we can actually allocate and see the positions which is needed for this project to happen. Now, as we drill down further, we can see the people assigned to this project as an application designer as a role. Now, as we go to the right, we can see the committed time on each quarter. Now let's go back to the main page. Now we could also, from the staffing profile, we could also see the financial summary, which is involved in this project. Now, the summary of this project, you can see the total forecast cost, the total forecast benefit, and the projected cost, NPV, and the total approved budget. Now, as we scroll down on this chart here, we can have a visibility of the money against the month, the plan, the actual cost, the current month, the forecasted cost, and the approved budget. And now the gray area here is the approved budget. And as we can see, the forecasted cost is way below the approved budget. So what it's trying to say is we're not maximizing the budget which is actually given to the project itself, or on another point of view, we were able to save the amount of budget, and and depending on the business objective, we could actually say here that we done well because we were able to utilize the resources with limited budget, so we have more budget to spend to, or to invest, or to reuse to another project. So let's go back to the main page now. Um, the value ratings. Now from here we could see the IRR, the strategic match, the competitive advantage. So what we're trying to say here, we have full control of the project itself, and we have real time data, and looking the power of that. So within this tool, we have the capability of managing our projects um, properly, and having that power at our hand. We could deliver a project on time, within budget, controlled resources, controlled cost, and with that visibility, we can do more projects and in less period of time. Now, thank you so much for watching my channel. Please continue watching my project and portfolio management series, and see you soon.